So the first one I have is this book, Tilda is Visible by Jane Tara, which is one of my comps, actually. And this will be an example of a short first line. And it goes, it started with her finger. That's it. And if you add the second sentence, because I think sometimes, I think we can allow to, jump into the second line there in many cases. So it goes, it started with her finger. It was not quite 9 a.m. when Theodore realized that the little finger on her right hand was missing. I think this first line works because I think it's short and it's intriguing. I want to know what is going on with her finger. And then when I go to the second line and the second sentence, then I obviously get a little more context. And I learned that the problem is that her finger was missing. And so I think to me, this is an example of a short, snappy opening line, which also compels me to move forward, to keep reading and wanting to find out what is going on, which is, I think, what you inevitably want from both your first line and then at least from your first page as well. And by the way, if anyone is wondering and haven't read the book, it's about a woman who is diagnosed with the condition of invisibility, a disorder that affects millions of women, mostly after the age of 40 worldwide. She is disappearing and there is no cure. And it's filled with humor, and it talks about how, as women get older in our societies, we tend to become invisible from some aspects. And this book is just, wonderfully discovering that topic. So this is, just a short explanation of why we are starting off with the disappearing finger.
Well, I definitely thought it was almost kind of creepy, in the beginning. So it caught my attention, like what's going on here? Missing fingers. I don't know. It's interesting you mentioned, I have not read the book but it's interesting you mentioned that actually there are some funny elements in it. There's some comedy. So I like it seems like then it's going to move at some kind of interesting dynamic pace.
Yeah. I think we also have to consider that maybe some readers pick up a book in a bookstore or just, browse online and maybe dive right into the first line without having more context. But I think more so, or